Welcome to Columbus, Ohio, and the venerable Horseshoe, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, a place that's home to such legendary names as Archie, Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. We are in full-on stripe-out mode as the fans doing their part to try to distort the vision of the visitors. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Looking for a productive play on first down. Leaves it with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Got his man quickly. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Tosses it incomplete.
Well, no doubt that was the primary target the quarterback wanted, just not on the same page on that one.
Quarterback will audible. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Buckeyes send out the punt unit.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw. That's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Going to be a long day. Shakes off the defender. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And they needed an inch, and they didn't get it. This defense gives up nothing, and you'll like it.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
You got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Still on his feet at the 45. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown, Kentucky! And once he got loose, it was all over.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
The best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Right back to it. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to move it through the air. Pass on the way. It's picked off. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Slings it downfield. He's got it. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
Running with power.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. He'll get rid of it. Oh, picked off. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing a turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now they'll run it to the right here. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
And the Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Going up top on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Fires and picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. First down to start the drive after the break. Give to the running back. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
With jet sweep pass. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Nebraska endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Memorial Stadium, and the Huskers came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is still a W. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things. And with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Looking to go up top on first down. He's got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Pryor. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And they get the sack right out of the gate.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
After the big first down sack, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Wide open downfield. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
The give to the back. Blast is way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, get him to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. 5 wide receiver formation on 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
That is not an easy situation if you're an offensive lineman, 2nd and 3rd and long, because you know the D-line, they're coming. They know you're throwing the football. As an O-lineman, you better get out of your stance and get your hands up and punch and not miss, because if you do, then that's what happens right there.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Crossing the 30, he's got a lane.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping.
Field goal is good. And with that, they've taken the lead. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he's going to try to return this one. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
On 2nd and 10, a 4 wide out set, trips right. Quarterback checking off. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football. No PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Feeling some heat. On target. At the 35, he's open. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Makes his connection. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. He's going to pass. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
You know, it's difficult for QB sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Running back searching for a hole. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3. Trying to pick up a 1st down. The give to the back. At the 20, he's got space. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game.
Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job on the defense, closing it off and making the interception.
Snap it to the back. Heading to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. A quick strike, just as we expected.
And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Trying to find his man on first down. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, the tight end's a guy that's going to have to be able to make plays for this offense in the passing game. That time, QB looking for the big fella. He ran a good route, just couldn't reel it in.
Now 2nd and 10 from their own 10. They want to run it left here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start the second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a score.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
They'll give it to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Goodness, that is the way you blow up a play quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, cause direct. That had to be a blown assignment. Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision?
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. Razor. Check. Load. Flip it.
Looking for a crease to the left. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. There is a flag on the play, and if this is on the defense, guys, would you take the points off the board here? The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty.
Let's go. Philly starter.
The give to the right. Relying on that running game inside the red zone, he picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the ground with the back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to throw for it. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And the Buckeyes looking to convert on fourth down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him and they convert. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Looking for the end zone on second and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
To give to the big fullback. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Fullback's got it. Keeps the legs moving. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
And you've got to throw the fullbacks a bone occasionally, okay? Those dudes have one of the worst jobs on the field, always blocking every single play, down in, down out. When you get those situations, you can give him the ball, give him a bone, reward him for all of his hard work.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Minute to go here in the third quarter. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, the Bosa's, Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. So the snap count is silent, it's predictable, and then you pin your ears back, and that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
on 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Makes a connection. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Trying to get to him. Smashes through. Going to try to get it himself. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period.
Ohio State 28, Kentucky 10.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. The play action fake. Skips away from pressure. Fires to the tight end. And they swarm him under.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the 1st. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the 1st down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And it's incomplete, and the defense holds.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Smart move to keep it on the ground. At the 40, there he goes. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the beatdown has ensued. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Eastern Michigan rose to the occasion when it needed to, and they'll be celebrating a solid victory there in Ypsilanti. Week by week, you can feel the momentum building within that program. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They're working that left side. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game. But trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Looking down the middle. And that is his fifth interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
They're going to run it to the right. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The back goes in motion. On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. The Buckeyes get enough to move the chains.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year, we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency. And I think the biggest problem has been third down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the route is on. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
This has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. From the shotgun, the inside give. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. On the move, he fires. Finds his man enough for the first. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be thrown to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
They keep attacking through the air. Setting up the screen. At the 45 on his way. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see it, when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back in the play. Nice job by the offense, but the defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
He's looking to throw it. That's caught. It's Cuber. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
He wants to throw. He makes the connection. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give him a first down.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And he's thrown another interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Open space at the 25. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
Might as well give it to him again. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.